Hey, this is Dave, and this is a Trash to Cash podcast, and I like to do it in this weird Carrie voice that he always uses when he's going to a thrift store.
Well,
Hey,
a
guys,
thrift store.
we're at the thrift store today, and we're gonna find some cool. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's my
Everyone just
announcer
tuned out.
voice.
Everyone just tuned out. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. Have a good night. Morning.
The
day.
diehards are still here. I'm Dave, the NC Picker. With me is Commonwealth Picker, also known as Kevin, and then Carrie from American Arbitrage. He is less significant than us. That's why he's at the bottom.
I have been relegated. This is just the slow pushing of me out of the podcast, probably.
Yes, eventually it'll just be the Dave and Kevin show.
Yep. I accept that.
So I think there is some hot news on the wire, right off the wire, that we have to start with.
Let's
There's
do
a
it.
brand new enema.
Oh my goodness.
There is.
Did you see it, Carrie?
Be careful now. It's not an enema because that's copyrighted, and this is mine. So it's an enema man or some other name we got to come up with.
That's so
it's
much
a Kevin
better.
Ma. It's a Kevin Ma.
A Kevin Ma. Innovin.
Kevin.
There's probably people out there listening to this podcast, probably driving along. What in the world?
Yeah, so Kevin loves enemas. Let's start there.
He's a big proponent, guys. Big proponent.
It's healthy. You got to stay clean.
Is.
Yeah, well,
Exactly, guys.
Okay, no, let's
Preparation H.
Here's the deal. Okay. Back in the day in the hip hop scene, I saw Kevin selling out of enemas. So Kevin, like Kevin said, let's start at the beginning. Kevin, start at the beginning with a quick recap of what the enema is.
It's a plush enema doll from Fleet Enema Company here in Lynchburg, Virginia. And they, for some reason, thought it was a great idea to make a plush enema doll, and apparently nobody else did. So I found a trove of them that nobody wanted, apparently.
Yes. And so Kevin was selling out, and it was a very sad thing.
Much like Dave.
Well, no, he was running out of enema. Yes, I'm selling out too. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
But I'm getting confused. It's Eneman. It's a little. Eneman makes me think of the donuts.
M&M's.
Intamins.
Intamins.
I'm not eating.
Enemans. He was running out of enemans, and I, in my weirdness, decided I was going to try to find more enemans, and I just really wanted to find them and get them customized with like Kevin's logo. And so I started like chasing all these companies to try to figure out how to get more of them. And then I pretended like I was buying them for like the longest time so I could get in touch with this person to get in touch with this person. It was like several phone calls, several emails. And finally I get on the phone with someone who sends me a quote for mass quantity from the same exact company that the original one is from. To buy a bunch of enemas.
So I don't want to say back it up when we're talking about an enema, but back it up here for a second. So we've got we're missing a little bit of the story before you go tooting your own horn here, Dave. So because I'll do that for you because he's telling a great story.
Well, he's going to tell us stuff that I wasn't a part of.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't even know.
I didn't know this was
a thing back then. So
I
used to buy these things. They're just plush enema. I used to find them every once in a while, and I just one off, at yard sales, kind of a local item thing. And I would sell them, and I get $15 for them or whatever. I found like enema Christmas ornaments, and I'd sell them. And I found this treasure trove of them at this local like antique shop, and I'm like, hey, how many? There's like 200 of them sitting there. I'm like, yeah, how about $1 a piece? They're like, sure. And I brought them home and I put them on the show, and some guy buys one and he says, hey, this thing's gonna get stuff moving out of my eBay store. And I'm like, cha-ching. I'm just thinking, are you kidding me? I went back that day. I knew it was gonna. I went back that day, and I think I bought 500 more or 1,500 more, and then went back later and bought 1,000 more. They were all selling out, just like Dave said. And Dave was nice enough, kind enough, because it's like a reseller mascot, Yeah. It was making miracles out of people's eBay stores. And so I had tried before, and it was during the pandemic, and couldn't make contact with anybody. And Dave gave me a number. And at first I thought it was a total scam. I'm like, Dave just got scammed.
He
totally got scammed.
Yeah.
But it actually is somebody who's working with the company, like as, not part of the company. Because I'm like, I'm writing this check to who? Am I not writing it to Curto Toy, the company I'm doing? I'm like, Dave, you're going to owe me
big scam
thousands.
I set up with this company in China to steal Kevin's money.
Nice.
You're talking big. I put a lot of money into this video, y'all.
Yes.
A lot. And it's good. Since this video has started, I have seen 4 sell. since we've started. We had 17 sell right before we came on, and you saw when I posted it. Not too. Actually, it hasn't even posted on YouTube. This video will be depends on when my video comes out tomorrow. I might put mine before this just so.
Well, this will be Tuesday. This will be Tuesday. So.
Oh
Tuesday.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, mine will come.
They'll
out
probably
on
be sold out, but he'll have something else to show to you.
So now Dave's the official shill.
It's true.
He's definitely the shill.
Bubble wrap. Tastes so good.
Speaking of, we got to talk about some bubble. We'll wait a little bit.
Hold on. Before we do that, I just want to say the new Eneman is way cooler looking.
It is awesome.
And awesome. Do you have one with you, or you didn't bring one?
Yeah, actually I did. Here, thank you for reminding me. I should have thought about that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
Ooh, that is
for
cool.
all you people listening out there, it is. Looks like an old glue bottle, except for this one's blue, and you see it's embroidered here. It used to say Fleet on the front and enema on the back, and now it says CWP, and it says "We get things moving." We get things moving. That was the slogan we used.
Yep.
And of course, Dave, I know you know how these work, so you know what this is for.
Dude, they feel weird. I've actually have used one of those. It feels weird, yeah.
One of these.
Not those, but the real thing. I've used one once when I wasn't doing too well physically.
And Dave, here's the kicker. And I tell people for a year, people are like, oh, when you run out, you got to do this and whatever. I'm like, well, hey, I'm not going to do it unless it's legit, because it's got to be, the magical features have to be there. It still has to get things moving out of an eBay store, right? And so it's Curto Toy. Thank you, Dave. I really do appreciate it. Y'all go subscribe to Dave. Oh, wait a minute. Nobody's listening to this.
Unsubscribe. Actually, go thumbs down my latest video.
Exactly.
I gave you a shout out in a flipper video. You might get 12 or 13 seconds.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
So, anyway, so this is actually better quality stuff than the other one, and I'm extremely happy about it. And we'll see. I got to sell a lot to make my money back.
Yes. If you got the other one, guys, throw it in the garbage.
We don't. That other one no longer will get things moving.
No.
That doesn't get things moving anymore.
See, you forget the NFT strategy here, where there's rarities of whatever. See, those are the rare ones.
Like the gold
now,
Eneman.
I think I will auction what. That's right. Depending on what frame you have and what fur you have. So, I think the other one we're going to still, because I don't have very many left. I've got maybe 150 left total out of like all the United States. That's probably all that are left. And I think we'll auction one off a week or do some charity stuff or something.
In 10 years, when we're all in the metaverse with our Oculus Rift 17s on, and we're watching a Commonwealth Picker, video or whatever we're doing, and he's there in front of us, and there's like some sort of army of Enemen, that we have to buy. It's going to be really, really weird, really, really strange. And I think it's going to be a wild world. I'm excited for it.
And, okay, so here's another thing Kevin's not telling you. Your original Eneman will no longer fully get things moving unless you have
That's
both.
true.
You need to have both inserted into your store for it to work. Someone was just commenting that they were thankful that we're such a kid-friendly show.
Exactly.
So I'm going to put my fingers down here.
Yeah. You don't want those knocked out, because then they will no longer work.
You need them both. And you can get the NFT coming soon to a Whatnot near you.
That's true. Whatnot.
Okay, and now we don't want to talk too much about Kevin, but I want to hear a little bit about the hacked Facebook account.
Oh,
yes.
Not hacked, but the cheat,
I have
like
reseller topics here. You promise we can get to a reseller topic?
We'll get to them after we focus on Kevin.
You just want to do the
I just want to know, okay, so the big question is what kind of things is the fake Commonwealth Picker posting?
Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't look into it too deeply, because I first wanted to go there and make sure I don't know, what do you do? Complain about it, report? That's what you do. Yeah. You report it, right? And it was taken down pretty quick, actually, but it looked to me like they were acting like they were giving away it was Commonwealth Picker, and it was Facebook, and they were commenting on all of my videos, and like directly to people, like it was me, and saying, hey, come over to my, follow this post or whatever and win $1,000 or something like that. And then you'd have to give them your information. They were fishing for information. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, but people gave me a heads up pretty quick, and I don't know.
Don't trust Commonwealth Picker. If you get any comments on any of your videos that say Commonwealth Picker, that's what I took, because I zoned out like half that.
I think it was Commonwealth /Picker.
/Picker?
Not Dash. Dash is legit.
Semicolon picker.
Semi what? Semi what?
Semicolon.
Keep it moving.
Okay, so no, I have tons of reselling topics. Number one.
Me too.
Number one, I resell sometimes. That's one. What's yours, Carrie? I'm done.
Philly Flipper is live on what?
I just saw that come up myself.
Oh, sudden
just
death
came up.
magic bundles from
Yeah,
93 to 2020.
The only auctions worse than Dave's or Paul's because he has no clue what he's selling either. I don't know what's going on with you guys.
Do you know you have competition when it comes to sports cards?
Cincinnati Picker
is
like
on there more than
day.
you. Yeah,
he is. No,
I think he
it.
loves
John
that
likes
stuff too.
that.
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
Really, really likes
I was
it.
talking to John because I do. And yeah, he was saying he was saying that he was gonna do a couple a day, I think, or something like that, which is awesome. I think you should. I mean, there's so much money in the cards. That's the biggest one there.
The way you talk to John is you just send him constant Insta messages saying his YouTube is dead. We all know that's all you ever do. You're like, John, your YouTube is dead. Your YouTube is dead.
I send him like, because my new thing I'm focusing on is Snapchat, because this is how I determine. Snapchat went up in stock value here recently, but also it's the number one app in the App Store. Snapchat, TikTok, and then YouTube. So I'm like, I got to figure out what the heck is Snapchat and why is Snapchat? Who is Snapchat and how can I be Snapchat? But right now, I have no clue what I'm doing, and I have like 3 people looking at my stories. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think I might have signed my life away on Snapchat, Kev. I'm not sure. To the company that does Facebook.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You just said you can just do my Snapchat for free now?
Yeah, pretty much. We'll see how that goes.
You got to start reading those contracts, Dave.
Hey, no, maybe later.
Well,
speaking of, okay, go ahead, Kev.
No, it's inside baseball. They don't care about that. They care about reselling. They don't care about
reselling,
your stupid
guys.
Snapchat.
That's true.
You're
right.
Snapchat.
He's getting angry. Do you see the anger?
I've
Ever
listened
since we
to
had him to the
Whatnot
show.
for months now. I got to listen. I'm an old person. We don't like change. We don't like change.
Oh, little Care Bear's crying. It's actually called Snap now, not Snapchat. Just saying.
I've almost got it.
Carrie's gonna cry again. Oh boy, such a baby.
I know.
Yo, dude, I saw you got a million view TikTok.
Oh, I saw
finally, dude. It took forever. It's been a couple months. I know that's like nobody's interested in that either, but like it was interesting.
They're definitely interested in that.
It was another "Don't buy this" video.
Those work every time, dude. Especially when you talk about Beanie Babies.
I'm gonna straight up like copy it, like word for word. I'm gonna find the same thing. I'm gonna have the grocery cart. I mean, it's gonna be exactly the same.
Yeah, just try to do it like with a voice that people are interested in and some sort of movement in your camera. Don't be, hey guys, this is Commonwealth Picker. Come on down. Don't do that.
Yeehaw!
Boy, now we got some deals today, guys.
Let's get things moving.
No, I'm just kidding. That's good. I'm just teasing. No offense to anybody. I just offended a lot of people, and I'm totally joking.
Offending people. I just posted a TikTok that I think will do well. There's a lot of people that strive to hate me on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
So
You're
did
the
a video.
Bad boy at TikTok.
I did a video where you're pointing at yourself because you hate me, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't even watch your TikToks. There's too many.
There's a lot, and they don't have
Subscribe.
any point. It's like I picked up a Hulk Hogan, and then you put it down. You don't even say you bought it. You don't even say what it's worth. You just like show stuff, and in your video,
dude. Ever since I did that ET one where I pick up an ET bubble bath, and every time I repost it gets 2 million views. I've reposted it like 4 times. I've gotten like 15 million views on that stupid thing.
He thinks this is an ET one. He's just gonna pick something up.
I don't understand.
Mid-sentence end it.
I don't understand how the stupid ET one does well.
Now, do you change the video?
Not at all. I just repost it straight, Kevin. It gets 2 million views every time I post it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Insane.
You're cheating. Carrie doesn't cheat.
No, Carrie doesn't cheat.
I've only reposted like 6 times, and they've all been remade by.
They're all my fault. They're all my fault. No, but okay. So hold on. I went to a yard sale, and I posted the video yesterday on YouTube, and all the comments are the same things. Basically, you moron, you left those Nike Dunks, which I don't even know what a Nike Dunk is. But sure enough, I looked up a Nike Dunk, and I looked at the video, and I certainly picked up a $300 Nike Dunk, put it back down, and walked away. Because I don't know shoes. And so I made that into a TikTok. And I'm like, I made a huge mistake at this yard sale. Or yard sale fail, something Carrie would do, right?
Yep.
And so I made a huge mistake, and I was like, oh, and I missed out on $300. Every single comment is just good.
You deserve it.
You deserve it. Ha, sucks for you. You deserve this. You're such a piece of crap. Like, Everyone on TikTok hates me.
Yeah, reseller hate. It's a thing. It's a
It
thing.
is. I don't know.
It
I
is.
feel like I don't really feed them that much. So I get like a few comments, and as long as they're not like being mean to each other, I'll leave them up, or they're saying something terrible. I'll let them have discussions amongst themselves. But most people don't bug me because I just ignore them, man. It's
I've
for
done the
whatever
Bible.
reason.
Yeah.
And
I've done the
Don filters every comment. Like if they say anything, it's filtered out. I don't even care. I don't know.
I
What'd
did
you
the Bible video one, when you're out picking and you get a Bible, right?
Yeah.
And then of course when you sell them in the thing. I've done those videos, but I had the first Bible one hit Facebook the other day. And so that crowd hadn't come after me until that one posted, and they're just because the guy gave me the Bible. I'm like, how much you want for these Bibles? A couple nice Bibles. How much you want for them? And he's like, oh no, we don't sell the Word of God. And I'm like, well, Carrie did for 3 years down in Mexico, but
2 years.
and so I'm sorry, and eating tacos. And so he gives me the Bibles, and I'm just like, oh boy. I'm like, am I going to have to delete this video? And now I'm like, I got to look for something else. And I overpaid for something. Like, since you won't let me pay for the Bibles here, and then I paid for whatever it was I bought. But let me tell you, Facebook blew up, man. They were not happy. Not happy.
Oof. Did you lose any followers?
No, gained 2,000.
That's what it is. My experiment, because I just did another
$250,000, y'all. 250,000. I'm catching up
that.
to Harry Tornado on YouTube.
That's amazing.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah,
you're going to be the first reseller to $1 million.
You might be. You might, dude. I've slowed down so much.
It's slowed down. It's slowed way down. Yeah. It was 5,000 a day. Now it's like maybe 1,000, and it's going down. But how many people are out there in the world that want to watch me, right? Can't be that many.
Not many.
Not many. 250,000 capped up.
I don't even like watching you on this show, and I'm on it.
I know. I'm spending most of the time zoning out, to be honest with you.
We'll do the rest of the show.
I'm wondering how much CommonwealthPicker.com is paying us for all the ad time we're giving them today.
I will tell you something pretty funny. So I called my friend Brandon. What was it, yesterday or the day before? And he's like, he's got in the video. I know. So, okay. So I was on YouTube, and I watched like 5 seconds of your first video, and I see his big belly sitting there.
And
I call him up, and he's like, hey, this is the famous Brandon as seen on Commonwealth Picker today.
That's awesome.
Pretty funny.
Hey, is that his wife or his girlfriend?
Yeah, his wife, Jen.
Wife, yeah. She's a way better picker than he is.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, she kills it, man.
Yeah, she's really good. She's better than me, honestly.
He actually asked me questions.
That's not saying much, though. Let's be honest.
He asked me questions that I had to take. I mean, I'm recording, and he's asking me stuff about other. I'm like, dude, I can't put this on my video, so I had to cut it out. So.
Yeah, he's still learning. She's been doing it on eBay for years and years. She has like way more feedback than I'm even close to. But he did tell me that I should give you a hard time because you took maybe the Miami Dolphins hat he wanted or something.
Yeah, see, he's actually in the last 2 videos, Dave.
Oh,
but
really?
You don't watch them. Yeah, the one before that too.
Yeah,
and the one before that had the Dolphins video. You know how videos are, right? I was at these yard sales with them.
I do,
and I made like three. I made 1 video out of 3 yard sales, and then I went to some more. So I saw him at 1 yard sale, and I bought the Dolphins hat, and then he saw me at the next yard sale, and he was giving me heck about the Dolphins hat. But it was like it's 2 different videos. It looks like it's 2 different days, but of course it's not.
Well, I never got him to listen to the show until I told him you were on it, and we harass you the whole time, and now he's listening.
Welcome.
How you doing
Brandon.
out there?
Yeah, hey Brandon.
Insulted his picking ability.
Yeah, well, he knows. He'll tell you that his wife is way better picker than him. It's not even a question. Just like Carrie's wife, girlfriend, sorry. Commonwealth wife. Is that what they call it? Common law?
Yeah.
Common law married?
Common
law. He's common law married, technically. 7 years? Have you been with her for 7 years?
7 and almost 8 years. Yeah, 8
you're
years.
common law married.
Yeah, in like a couple weeks. Yeah.
Congratulations. I'll send you a wedding gift.
Oh, well, thank
it's
you.
going to
Please
be
do.
Philly Flippers underpants.
There we go. I was thinking about getting a sticker, but like an aggressively big sticker for Philly's whatnot auctions, just so it can cover that whole dang thing that he has in the background.
Oh, well, I'm ticked off. I have 3 stickers on there. You can barely see any of my stickers anymore.
Yeah,
you keep putting all these lower end YouTubers on top of there.
Oh my God. Lower end YouTubers. Highlight.
Whoa.
Mountain Man Treasure on them.
Oh yeah, he's lower than you. Okay.
Okay.
You have like a big like pyramid in your cabin where
Yeah.
you've got like everyone ranked as far as like how they compare to you. You're at the
Exactly.
top
He's
of the
got
pyramid.
He's got the strings connecting everybody, and just be like, he's always.
I just like giving Paul grief, man. I'm just like, dude, whatever. I'm gonna send him some more. You're gonna have to put it on top.
What do we need to shill this week, Kevin?
What do we need to ship? I mean, I don't know. Oh, hey, well, besides Bubble Boy, I did have another contact. I'll have to tell y'all about it off the show here, but another
For this show though,
prospect
American
for
Bubble
this
Boy.
show, yeah.
American Bubble Boy.
I don't know if I
American Bubble.
mentioned last time, but the recycled bubble is down there. And I think I mentioned the subscription thing. You guys have got to sign up for the subscription thing. It saves you time. Dave, you do. I don't know how you do what you do, Dave, to be perfectly honest. So you need to have like
True.
nothing but subscriptions.
I just, this weekend was pretty crazy. I'm a little burnt out at the moment because yesterday, so my dad came in town Friday night. Yesterday, we went up to my storage unit. I have a 10 by 10 storage unit full of unlisted crap. And so we went there and we actually loaded up his trailer. It took 9 hours to load his trailer with all my unlisted stuff.
Wow.
And then we come back to my house.
Should have had a yard sale.
I totally should have. Trust me, I thought that all day yesterday, but he had already driven up from Florida, so whatever. So, and then I come home and we're spackling and painting, and then today I had to clear out this other garage and load that into his trailer. That took 11 hours. So basically, and then the reason I was a little bit late tonight is because I didn't finish doing all that work until around 7, and so then I came in here, I made a TikTok, I pulled my orders, I made a Flipper episode, I shipped my orders, and I uploaded my Flipper episode. And what was I, like 8 minutes late? We were supposed to be at 9:30, and I was at 9:38. So I just have not stopped all day. I had 2 Red Bulls, though. So that's something.
That's not good. You should have had a yard sale. I decided I'm having a yard sale. Whatever is not listed by the first garage sale that I go to this year, I am having a garage. I mean, so I'm picking
at your house?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was gonna say.
I'm definitely gonna have a. I don't know. I might. I don't know what I'll do. I might just
You should
go
have
to
it
the
at
flea
Brandon's
market.
house.
Like I think, yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I bet Brandon would let you.
You know
That's
what?
a good
That's
idea.
not a bad idea. Maybe he
he's
could sell
moving-
his death pile off.
Yeah,
too.
and he's moving out of there soon, anyways, so he won't care. about
Or
people
I
on his
could do
address.
what certain YouTubers do, not mentioning any names, starts with an H, ends with an airy tornado, and just sell your death pile off on Whatnot in one night for $10,000.
10 times the retail, which, dude, that was impressive. I loved it, man. That was fun to
crazy.
watch.
Okay, we need to talk about that. No, this is nothing against Josh or anything like that, but he did his first
Officially,
Whatnot auction.
before the show, it was a different story. But
Yeah, but now that we're
officially,
here,
it's
no,
nothing
no, no,
against
no.
On the
Josh.
record.
And
No
I will tell you,
jealousy.
he wanted to come back on the show to beat Kevin, but then he found out Kevin was a permanent fixture. And so now, Kevin, we're going to need
He
you to
couldn't beat
leave,
me if he tried.
and we're going to actually bring Josh on as a permanent fixture. Sorry to break it to you.
You
this
should
way.
have Josh. I need a week off. Give him a shot.
week off.
He probably could if he could do what he. I mean, he probably if he really wanted to. Although I don't know, it's a podcast, somebody else's podcast. I've never seen him draw a big crowd somewhere else, so maybe we'll
Except
see.
for Whatnot, which is what we're about to
that's
talk about.
true.
So he
Very
goes
good
on
point.
Whatnot, guys, his first auction. And if you guys, I know a lot of our listeners have slogged along and finally gotten accepted on Whatnot, and you go do your first auction and you get $1 for every item you sell.
Yep.
I've seen it happen. I try to support you guys when it happens, but that's just the way it is when you're trying to build a following on Whatnot. In the beginning, you make very little money. If you have a following, it's different. My first auction went quite well, but nothing compared to Josh's. I mean, and Kevin, if you ever did a first Whatnot auction, I don't think it would go as well as Josh's,
No,
but
gosh,
it would
It
do
would go
well.
well. It would
go
yeah.
well.
Well, we
Josh
just
was
sold
pulling.
an enema
I mean,
again, so it's probably.
an example. What did you buy from Josh at his auction?
I bought a Boston Red Sox jersey. It was actually not the worst one. I mean, overpriced wise, it was like $35. But my
What's it
secret
worth?
weapon, it's worth like I could probably get like 25, maybe 30.
So you paid $10 more than
No,
eBay
but
value.
first off, I paid with credit. I'm rolling with credits, guys. I'm not using real money. I'm using
No,
credits.
I get that. And I'm not, listen, I'm not saying anything negative about it. I'm just saying that gives you an idea of how Josh's auction went.
And that was like one of the lower ones.
The
yeah.
world's largest cheapskate. And let him say the credit thing. This
Exactly.
dude, it took me like 8 months to convince him to buy a GoPro that wasn't a 5.
I got a GoPro 10. It's coming in the mail. I'm gonna have the head mount. I'm gonna have the shoulder mount. I'm gonna have the wrist mount. It's everywhere, dude.
Right in time for it to not be a write-off. Good job.
I know. Yeah,
it'll be a write-off.
Your write-off this coming year.
I should have done that last year.
He's going to make way more money this year than last year. It'll be better.
I love how Kevin, I know if you guys are only listening, you don't see this, but Kevin keeps like flashing his little enema.
I know, it's really.
I was trying to tell you something. I was trying to tell you that both of you need to go to the mailbox tomorrow.
Okay.
And open it up. And I don't know, in Utah, they probably still use the Pony Express, but they might get it next week. Dave's going to get 2 of them. Nice. He probably should get like 8 of them, but he's going to get 2 of them because he was,
I know.
So,
Liz, I know it hurts.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just. It'll help me continue not to make many sales on eBay.
I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be in trouble because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is happening way faster than I thought. I'm like, because the Valentine's market, women across the country.
You should have done a pink
plush
one.
enema, right? Hey, don't give away any ideas for the future now, Carrie.
I think Oprah just tweeted about it, actually.
Oh my gosh.
so
Tyler Perry. I don't know.
The idea.
He tweeted too.
He tweeted. They're all tweeting.
The idea was I was sending these out to a bunch of people, Well, I could tell a story here. I'm going to tell a story. Nobody cares about this enema. Let's talk about reselling.
Nobody cares about the story.
No, I want to care. So you think you're going to be overwhelmed because so many people are going to get it, they're going to talk about it, and then you're going to sell like 1,000.
I mean, I've put it on Instagram, and we have now. There you go. Sandra Northern just bought one. Manuel just bought one right before that.
Sandra.
Oh my gosh!
I think we sold about
live
40
reacting
already.
to Commonwealth sales.
Share your screen.
It's either an egomaniac or a megalomaniac. I haven't studied history in a while, but there's some sort of symptoms of something there. How many do you have? Did you disclose how much your inventory is, or is that a secret?
Not disclosed. I'll tell you why is because I'm not going to let it. It's going to overtake. I'm going to cut it off this first batch is pretty high, and we're going to stop for a while. And then
that's what I would
redo it because I can't just stop doing eBay to sell these things. It kind of defeats the purpose.
You can. Could you imagine the kind of comments you would get? Like, I mean, Dave gets enough comments on how he's ripping you off, and everybody's unsubscribing to him because he's becoming you. And I'm just waiting for that to happen.
I think I'll say this. I'm not going to reveal anything. I'm just saying, like, I would have priced these things at $30. Kevin's only pricing them at 24. I think he's actually being quite generous. He's not paying yard sale prices for these things. He's going to the manufacturer.
He could probably auction them off for $200 a piece.
Well, it's more than that, Dave. It wasn't me with some Chinese, I went through the toy company because I wanted that. That was the price, and I wanted the quality and whatever. Yeah. And whatever, I don't know. But I wanted to price it higher, and my wife. This is a true story. And she's like, at least. She's like, no, you can't do it. I'm like, why? That's a lot of work. I mean, I put a lot of time and money into it. She said, no, you can't. I'm like, okay, 25 said no. 24.
She wouldn't even let you do 25. 24 even.
Well, you know why? It's because she said, some people it's 10%. Some states are high tax. Plus, you get the $350 shipping. She's like, you cannot let these go out. If somebody's in the highest tax state, they got to pay under $30 after shipping.
Okay.
So that's why I went down to 24.
See, in my brain, plus shipping is fake money. Like, that's not even real.
That's not even. I don't even understand what that means, and I'm going to repeatedly ask random TikTokers what that means.
What is plus shipping?
Every single day.
Shipping.
Hey, I did a TikTok today. I think free shipping, and I made a point of it. Like Carrie's, plus shipping, which was stolen from Lonnie, of course. But I did
I modified it.
Free shipping.
Plus shipping on top. I accidentally, Kevin, I bet you've done this too. I accidentally said plus shipping on top in an eBay flipper video, and I got flamed. I got flamed because I said, well, I watch Lonnie every day, so it's in my brain.
Chubby Uncle Ironic just bought 2.
That was me.
I was just like, you're welcome.
You're Chubby Uncle Ironic.
No, I'm ironic Chubby Uncle.
Yeah, I'm Chubby Uncle. He's ironic.
I love it.
So I still actually, with doing no eBay, no effort, I still had 15 sales today for like $450.
Jonathan,
dude.
Sorry.
This is like, you're violating their privacy.
Seriously, yeah,
This
that
is
is
IG.
true.
This isn't even YouTube, y'all. This is Instagram. Carrie, if you were selling stuff like this with your Instagram,
I
you
need
should
to
share
figure
mine
it out.
Actually.
Yeah, I need a plush. I need like something. What should it be? I don't know.
Maybe
I
like
need, like,
maxi
some-
pad, like a maxi pad plush.
Oh gosh.
It's
not-
same wheelhouse, guys. I don't know.
I'm not commenting.
Depends. Diapers.
The internet's forever, Dave. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. let you deal with that 10 years from now.
A little bit of where's my bell? A little bit of back to reselling because it made me think
we're
something. When you do,
eBay,
the free shipping. Do you
Mercari.
do any free shipping, Dave?
No. Because
I do on
I'm
Mercari.
Kevin. I'm
I
way
honestly do.
too busy and overwhelmed, and I forget I have free shipping, and I send a best offer, and then I end up losing money. So I just can't do it.
So I do free shipping on maybe, first class items, maybe 25% of first class items. Very, very rarely on a item over a pound, but I do that. How about free returns?
Yep. I do that. Yeah, I do free 30-day returns, no questions asked.
So I just put out a video. Actually, I think the Enema introduction video is an actual complaint about a return. I had somebody buy a coffee mug off of me, a big, heavy Starbucks mug, and it went all the way to San Francisco. And it came San Francisco, right? And then it comes back to me, and they're like, "Hey, we want to return the thing." And I'm like, "Okay." So you always go look at the reason why. And I bought the same one from somebody else for $2 less or whatever. They bought it for less money. And so they were returning mine to me because they got a better deal from somebody else. I'm like, I shipped this thing. It's to San Francisco. It's just heavy. It's like $15 shit. Well, it's not that much, but it was a bunch of money.
If you're paying both ways, it is like 15.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like 6 and 6. So it's like $12.
No. It's way more than that to ship to California. It's something. This thing's heavy. It's 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
it's 2 pounds. I thought it was.
You
first
did
class.
it. You did it
Jamie
ground,
Mack.
which means it's got to go like down, and it's got to go through the Panama Canal.
No,
and
I
it's got
did
to
not
come
do
back
it
around.
Priority mail. I mean, priority mail 2 pound rate to California is a pretty good amount of money. And then I had to ship it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, because they got it $2 cheaper from somebody else. That's crazy. But
let's stop pretending like you're even thinking about money at this point. It's just there, and it keeps accumulating. It's just like
You don't
how
know.
deep
My
is
family-
my Scrooge McDuck money pool
God.
today? 18 feet.
You give me a bad rap. I have cats to take care of. I got 4 cats, a dog. I got
Hold on.
3
Actually,
kids. My oldest got a girlfriend right now. Let me tell you, I take her out to eat. And my wife, it's my parents moved to town. I need to sell a lot. CommonwealthPicker.com. CommonwealthPicker.
this reminds me,
Help
Kevin,
a
I've
needy
always
reseller
wondered,
make it.
ever since I was a kid, I was always wondering, when you dive into the money, does it actually make you hurt, or do you slide in like Scrooge? Just like,
So, do you
It's
remember?
all about the angle.
Do you know who Webagale? Do you know who Webagale is?
Is
Do you
that
know
like
that?
No.
from the 50s or what's that from?
No, it's like, okay, so my wife listed it as Daisy Duck, but it's like from the DuckTales, it's Webagale. It's like a baby. It's like a little girl.
I don't remember that one, no, honestly.
Right. So I had, whatever. She listed as Daisy Duck. I had like 10 people message me on eBay. This isn't Daisy Duck. It's not Daisy Duck. This is Webagale from like, I'm like, dude. I'm sure it'll be all right. We'll survive.
You got to be careful, man. Cartoon people are, if you ever call the Care Bears gummy bears, you ever call, Donald Duck, like Darkwing Duck, Donald Duck, you're gonna
Donald Duck.
Donald Druck. You're gonna get the hammer. The Redditors, everybody's gonna come out and they're just gonna take you out, man. So you got to be careful.
I kind of like it though, because it helps me make less errors. I make a lot of errors, and so I like it when they do that.
Yeah, I mean, I get some good heads up tips sometimes. Like, put this word in your title. I'm a title freak. I kind of on items that it matters.
On eBay
right?
items, you mean? Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah, on eBay items.
Not on
What
YouTube
am I
videos.
talking-
Well, YouTube videos also have titles. So if someone was like had ADD and was
you
totally
can
working
see
on
where
something else,
Dave's mind is.
Yeah.
YouTube, some of us real resellers out there.
Well, come on. I mean, all of us, I think, at this point, probably focus more on content than we do actually reselling. I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I
that's
think
gross,
that wouldn't be the case for me if I wasn't on all these platforms that y'all made me get on. If I was just
We made
on
you
one
get on?
platform,
what did we make you get
we'd
on?
be fine.
If I wasn't on Whatnot, it would be. If I wasn't on Whatnot, it would be by far, I'd be more content. But since I do Whatnot, I honestly resell.
Yeah, you resell a lot. Yeah.
A lot more than I do anything else right now. It's
I've been
ridiculous.
doing this a long time, y'all. I'm an old guy. How many items? Oh, wait, David. Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
Nice.
So would do you look at that number that came out like I don't know how many months ago it was where they showed you how many items you've sold? Tina Kraft just bought 3. Thank you, Tina.
Wow.
Anyway, we should. This is good stuff.
This is quality content. Right here, guys.
You got to shout them out. I can't shout out 100 people on the Flipper channel. The video will be 2 hours long.
We should just do a live, which I'm putting it out there on a live. We should do a live.
Get Harry Tornado to do a live.
There we go. There we go.
I like it. I like it. But no, okay, anyways.
He could do buy me a coffee.
I'm thinking we could sell all your Commonwealth Picker
and the money.
I have a serious question though. Is it, and so this is something I struggle with when I do a whatnot auction and items go for more than they're really worth, right? Or maybe they don't because someone was willing to pay that amount. Like, I almost feel guilty, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do a whatnot auction because I don't want people paying more than the value of the item. Do you think that's something, especially with Josh's auction, which I'm sure maybe even makes him uncomfortable? I don't know. I haven't asked him, but do you think there's ever
doesn't make his bank account uncomfortable?
So, Kevin, if you went and did a whatnot auction and everything was selling
they'd
for
have
twice,
to give me at least 10,000 to show up on the website.
But if they did, okay, and
full
every
endorsement.
time this guy, every time you sell something, it sells for twice the eBay value. Do you feel bad that your fans are having to pay more than the actual value?
All
of an
right,
item?
so it's a good question. So I got 2 things to say. One is when I list stuff on eBay, I list it. I mean, I'm listing it at fair market value, even though I could probably get some sales on some things that were over, with one exception. And that is the Enema auction that we've been running forever. Those go. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I know they're priceless, but I mean, they're $100 plus every time. It's nuts. Now, it doesn't just apply to whatnot.
No,
It won't. It doesn't just apply to whatnot though. So I was watching Crazy Lamp Lady's. I watch the show time to time, but I watch the Instagram, and she's buying these lucite grapes cluster.
Yep.
Which I sold not too long ago, and she paid like $70 some. This is a really nice one. Don't get me wrong, but it sold for like $500 something, and I'm like, man, I have got to find. But the fair market value on those are probably half of that price. But she's running it, and she has a massive audience. But you know what? Kudos to her. She has a massive audience. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you not gonna? She's been running auctions for years. It's not like she can help it. Just she changed her model to fit the complainers out there to say that she makes too much money.
Here's my thought. If they actually requested a cancellation afterwards because of regret or something, I would accept it personally. But that can happen on whatnot. It doesn't happen that often. But realistically, if an item, as long as there's a couple nuances with whatnot. There's sudden death auctions, for example, where you're bidding at the last second, and sometimes you might press thinking you're going to bid $12 and it goes to 80. That I would worry about. But Josh wasn't doing that, and we're not doing that. So I think if people are willing to pay it, I kind of think some people just want to support the resellers. They want to be a part of something. They're okay, I can't buy 20 things to resell. I'll just buy one thing to show that I appreciate what the work they're doing. I think that's what it is.
I think at the same time, because I know, Kerry, I've watched other shows. You return favors and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And I think that's important. And I did this last year, and I didn't do it as much this year. But when I needed an item last year, I would often say it on the show and say, hey, I need this. Who has one? Yep. And I would get people, and I would buy from them. I didn't do it as much this year as I did because there was a delay. I was doing the video, posting it the next morning, doing the video. And sometimes now it's 2 days, 3 days, 4. And if my wife wants it, I better get a little bit quicker than that. But that's a good thing to do. You watch the last video. She's not as nice. Everybody thinks she's nice. She keeps
Who's
me
the
in
boss?
line.
Tony Danza's the boss. Or is he?
No.
He might be.
The daughter, Alyssa Milano, was the boss.
Yeah. I thought it was his. I forgot all the characters, but it was not him.
Okay, Kevin, did you complete the assignment? We all had an assignment this week.
We did.
Me and Carrie completed it.
I was
to watch Mighty Ducks Game Changers on Disney Plus.
No, was that
Carrie,
an assignment?
Did you watch it?
No.
We talked about it all last week.
I watched episode 1. Episode 1 so far. Okay,
so
this is what
I did all my homework.
First off, I'm really upset at where they took Gordon Bombay. He's He like is in like a dilapidated ice rink. He was an ex-lawyer, guys. He coached them to like the World Junior Championships or something. I don't know. And now he's like owning a dilapidated ice palace, ice rink. Come on, guys.
I
And now
don't
he's not even on season 2, which kind of bums me out too.
How do you know? There is no season 2.
They've already done it, and they didn't renew his contract because of some dispute. I'm a little bit upset about it. They already filmed
I'm not
it.
gonna watch that.
Josh
nonsense.
Duhamel took his place. That guy.
That's annoying. Well, anyways, the first
GE?
season was pretty good. You know, Carrie, you got to watch the whole thing because it'll give you the feels at the end.
Nobody
Dude,
cares about this. Nobody cares about this. Y'all.
I think you're
Nobody
wrong.
cares
Comment
about
down
your
below
numbers.
if you care about the Mighty
Okay,
Ducks.
yeah.
Ducks
Comment down
fly
below.
together. Ducks fly together.
They do. And
They
Kevin,
fly
if you
together.
want to be part of our flying V, which we are
Listen.
right now, look at the screen.
You
need to fly with us.
Icelandic
Quack.
son of a gun. Okay, you're not going to ruin this for us. Okay.
Carrie, have
Ducks
you ever
forever.
Have you ever been on a private pick? Let
Yeah.
me rephrase it. Have you been on a private pick that was offered to you because you're on social media?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you often do them?
Not often.
'Cause
No.
I see these videos. You know, I think Froggy's done a couple, and John's done a couple, and I've done a couple recently. And I think that if I would have gone back in time, you can get those private picks. Reagan's here. Reagan's making a ton of money off these, y'all. You think I'm making the money?
Right
She's
on.
making the money. She's counting the money right now, I think. She's the Scrooge McDuck. All right. You got to give $1 away, too, though. Watch out.
Yeah.
All right.
Save
so,
$1.
what am I talking about? Private picks. So I think if I were to go back, because this is 21 years, y'all. I've been doing it a long time. I would have tried to develop these relationships sooner, just organically, not through social media. But I think, telling people, I think people who aren't on social media can really start to develop those. I did one with the golf course before I was on social media and get those private deals because it looks to me, Goodwills are going crazy. I seen like 4 videos this week about
insane.
it. They're going crazy.
Yep.
It's insane.
Now that we're actually on a reselling topic, this is one I'm passionate about. It's all about connections. I mean, I've been in this area of Utah doing this for 11.
I just removed him from the stream
Because he was passionate about it. You're
because he
terrible.
was talking about
Who
reselling.
has you all this power? Who gave?
Oh wait,
Wait, you're passionate about what? Sorry.
it's all right, man. Let's just talk.
No, it's
let's
not
talk
all
about
right.
Fig Newtons.
David, Carrie, remember what we were talking about before? Do you remember the third person we're going to bring into this?
Yeah,
we remember
will.
that one. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, bring him in.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're bringing them in. But yeah, no, I don't even remember what I was talking about now.
Private picks and
Private
connections.
picks.
No, you're talking about Goodwill and thrift stores going crazy. Ready?
Yeah, they are going crazy. But if you have those connections, like I have my buddy Mike, who's been in several of my estate sale videos because he does estate buyouts. He just invited us up to the flea market where he has a booth, and I spent $100 on stuff, just one item. It's a Shogun Warrior toy. It's worth like $200 by itself. He knows what it's worth. He just doesn't put stuff on eBay. He's not interested. And I got that and maybe like another $75 worth of stuff in a box for $100. I mean, I can't get that. I wouldn't be able to touch that at a Goodwill, a DI, or anything. So,
Are you getting more from him than you are from the DI?
if I want, yeah, I could at times. It depends on how often he's buying, but at times,
But you're
yes,
not putting
I am.
them on video.
I have a TikTok for it, yeah. And I've done a couple of estate sale
Didn't you do a
videos
video?
with him.
Yeah. Was that the guy you went into that house?
Yeah, and
he
I got
had,
the
some sports
jerseys,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, he makes YouTube videos out of it. That's good.
So
Yeah, I try.
I have absolutely no need to make any videos right now. I have a giant death pile, but I got a phone call. This was not a YouTuber private. It's a buddy of mine that knows I go back years with that knows I'm a picker, and he's like, hey, my sister's in-laws died and whatever, and they've been working on this house for years and months trying to clear it out. And I'm like, I don't really need video. And I sure don't need merchandise. I got piles of it down there. I'm like, we'll put it on the auctions channel. And I go there, and they don't. And the guy, the man, doesn't really want to get rid of stuff. And I'm just like, oh no. And I feel bad because if I don't buy something, then my buddy's like, yeah, I'm like, whatever. So I'm trying hard. Finally, and I paid up for stuff. And I mean, not for me, I paid up like a third of what it's worth.
Yeah. You stole a little less.
Yeah,
you stole.
Exactly right.
You only pocketed a few items.
That's correct. Right.
Splenda.
Pocketed? No, I didn't pocket. So I go up.
Toothpicks.
He's like, right before he leaves, like, you want to go up to the attic? I'm like, yeah. But I didn't know there was an attic. The basement of the attic. I would have spent most of my time there. I get up there, and there's in this closet. It wasn't the attic; it was the upstairs, which was connected to the attic, whatever. And I see a Led Zeppelin T-shirt up there. I'm like, you got to be kidding! I didn't know if it was modern. You know, there's modern stuff, whatever. But and there's a pile of 4 T-shirts, and I pull them out, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. If I pull them out and start looking through them, then I offer them whatever, people are going to slam me. I'm like, I'm just going to make an offer for these 4 T-shirts, like without even looking. I pulled one of the things out, and I just looked to see, and it was single stitch. I'm like, this might be good. I don't think actually that Led Zeppelin's going to be Zeppelin one's going to be good, but I think I saw it all over print. Maybe Dale, probably Dale Senior, and I'm just like, how about $20 for these 4 shirts and these jeans and whatever? He didn't want to sell the jeans for $5 because they were brand new, but he was all about selling the T-shirts. I'm like, thank goodness, so it finally paid off. I still haven't looked at that pile of shirts. I might do a video.
You should have paid 20 a piece.
You should have.
That's
right. You knew how much money was on the table there.
Yep.
And you just stole, man.
You knew the exact value. I can see it in your eyes.
I felt like you had a certainty of what you could get, and you were not willing to give him anything. And all he wanted was a low fair price.
Do you know what? This guy called me, and he said that when it came time to pay, Kevin pulled out $20 hairs.
Exactly.
From a little doll.
He's all like,
not actual dollars.
He handed him an enema, not the new one, the old one that's worthless.
Hey, this is
the
worth
worthless
$100.
one. No, that one's worth a lot.
That one's valuable, yeah.
No, the old one's still selling.
The old one's trash.
Y'all are crazy. I'll sign
Carrie
the
fell
old
down.
This garbage one, right?
Throw it away. Just throw it. Rip its head off while we watch, Carrie. Rip its head off.
This garbage one that doesn't even help anymore. I haven't had an eBay sale since he released.
You haven't posted it.
Don't get lost in the details, Kevin. I haven't had.
It works, but it's not a miracle worker.
Hold on. Is the Eneman the reason I'm still selling 15 items every other day and I haven't listed anything in a month?
Of course.
That's impressive.
No doubt.
If I sell
have any good sales lately, y'all? Good sales. Like
I sold the PS3 today. It's really weird. Like for me, gaming consoles and games only sell in the not games, but gaming consoles seem to only sell in the wintertime for me.
So are you testing
cool
of
story,
those
man.
gaming consoles, Dave?
Yeah, I always test any console I'll test, yes.
So I have a closet full of consoles. I just can't bring myself. I mean, I probably have 40 consoles in the closet.
I'll give you $20 for the whole closet.
You bring your dad's truck up.
I'll give you 10. But you got to ship them.
5. I'll do 5.
I might do it. I think of these handhelds. I think I might do it. I mentioned it on the show the other day to these viewers. I'm like, if I can't get this stuff listed by garage sale season, I'm putting it together, and I'm like, here you go.
You sell it to Brandon. Brandon will come buy it from you.
All right, well, tell him. Don't give me my number.
I'll give him your address. I'll give him your address.
No, don't do that.
I'll give him your social security number. Okay, did you see the Instagram reel I posted tonight, Carrie?
Nope.
Okay.
No, kidding. Well, I might have seen it. I don't know.
Or it might have been yesterday.
Which one was it?
It was yesterday on TikTok and Instagram. I posted, and when I made this, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna hate me." I didn't even send it to Carrie. In the past, Kevin, I've sent Carrie like a questionable TikTok and said, "Hey, how flamed am I gonna get for this?" And he's convinced me not to post it. So this time I didn't want to do it. So I actually just posted it knowing I was going to get just annihilated. And this is why everyone hates me, by the way, on TikTok. But it's from like right when I got back into reselling. It's very...
Just in general.
In general. My wife especially. A separate topic. But, okay.
Your second
one. My second, yeah. So this is like from right when I got back into reselling after taking a few year break from reselling. Okay. And so I'm still kind of trying to feel out the market and don't really know the value. Because when you stop doing this, it leaves your brain. You forget where things are at the market. Yeah, the knowledge doesn't last forever. You have to constantly be updating your knowledge because the value of things changes. You know, like Kevin used to have this enema that was worth 100. Now it's worth 0. And there's a
completely worthless. The old ones are garbage, guys.
Anyway, so I go up and this lady has a tote full of Rock Band stuff. And I'm like, oh, I think Rock Band stuff is pretty good. And she's also got a PS2 in there. And it's like 3 Rock Band guitars, a Rock Band drum kit, a PS2, and like 10 PS2 games. I'm like, how much for like the whole tote? And she's like, how about 20? I'm like, oh, would you do 15?
Oh man,
it was
brutal.
Like $500 worth of stuff. And everyone is like just hating on me horribly, like, you're so cheap. Why didn't you talk her down? Dude, but some guy commented as we were this is what brought it to my mind. He just sent me a comment on Instagram. He said, would you take 15 quotation marks? This dude's a legend.
You get the respect of that one.
Respect of that one
cheap
guy.
dude, that one dude.
All right, I've got a
One
name
dude
for
who's
it.
like trying to get deals at Little Caesars. Like, can't you just do the hot and ready for $4?
$4.
I don't care if
Listen.
it's hot or ready. It could just be hot or just ready. I don't
Jared,
care.
your $5 footlong song sounds real nice, but how about $3 footlong? All right, Kevin, you got a name for us?
Yeah, Hilmer Pasquale just bought an enema. That's a good one. Hey, that reminded me of something.
Kevin,
You told me.
earlier I bought an enema and it like totally just slipped by you.
He literally said your full name.
He said, "I know I'm gonna have to edit out my full
He
name."
pretty
which
much
he said.
doxed
Yeah.
you on this.
Dude, and you know what the best part is? Like the name I put on the order was Kevin Smells Like Butt. And for some reason, he reads my full name, which isn't even on the order anywhere. Like somehow he finds Kevin Smells Like Butt is just not even present. What a waste of a joke.
I do want to
Freaking,
talk.
now I got 3 of these things.
It
coming.
might pop up. It might be a
If we could
delay.
turn Dave's
No,
mic
it already
off for a
popped up. You
second.
said my full name like 20 minutes ago when I did it.
Oh, I did. Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Are you serious? Oh, you know what I did, didn't I?
He did, yeah.
I remember it now. That is hilarious.
I know.
That's going to be a highlight.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a highlight when I
It'll
edit
be a
out my
blow-up.
last name.
That's right. Oh, come on. All right, so here you go. You reminded me of something, and I actually was on my reselling list. When I first started reselling, I wouldn't even pick up Game Boys because you couldn't get like $10-15 for a Game Boy, an original Game Boy.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
could get bank for Atari 2600 stuff. Now you can't get hardly anything for Atari 2600 stuff.
Never been
And
able
you're
to sell
getting-
that.
Working with Tetris, I mean, you're getting $75 for a Game Boy.
Isn't
You
that
know?
just because like the people who are in the prime like spending years, the prime earning years are now Game Boy generation.
People who played Atari like
the
Gary
Atari
are,
generation-
one step in the grave.
yeah,
That's
or
true.
just not gaming anymore because
I
of
didn't-
arthritis.
That was my brother's. I got the Game Boy.
I played it.
I'm
I
an
played
elder
Burger
millennial.
Time. I played
Ooh,
Burger Time.
I did play
Burger
that a
Time
lot.
was
on
good.
Atari 2600, yeah.
Pitfall.
I played that
my
NES
game.
though.
Pitfall.
Oh, NES.
Love
I was.
Pitfall.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when NES came out. I'm like, wow, okay.
Did you
Yeah,
have
you were
Rob-
36
Rob
at the time.
I know. Did you have Rob the Robot or whatever?
No, I did. We were poor. We didn't have any money. We weren't buying that crap. I was lucky to get like Nintendo Golf.
How old were you
pretty
when you
much.
left California?
I actually. All right, well, this is getting personal, Dave. I'm
I'm
going to
curious.
throw out your last name and your address.
Yeah, he starts reading all the
I
order's
actually
addresses.
lived
Dave lives in North Carolina
at 16
for a little bit more.
yeah, just a little. At 16, my parents moved, and I stayed in California for 2 more years, and I lived with 2 different families. I would spend like 3 days here, 4 days here, 3 days there, 4. Just because of baseball. And then at 18, I left. 18.
I want to ask a personal question too. Do you still use Sun-In to get that bleached blonde hair that you had back in the California days?
So I did actually probably right before Blue Ridge Mama. She will tell you when I met her, she's like, "Yeah, this Sun-In's got to go."
You were
It's gotta
like you were like the
That's a
Eminem
true
of-
story, by the way.
Eminem
That's
of
not
Virginia.
that's a true story.
That's awesome. I want to see
I used
pictures.
Sun-In once when I was a kid. I used it like a teenager.
Oh,
kind
look,
of
Troy.
thing.
Troy,
Yeah.
Mountain Man Treasure. And Dave
Is
was
he
trashing
done?
you earlier, Troy. It's terrible.
Yeah, that was Troy's awesome.
Wait,
by the way,
why
How
are you
dare
saying
you?
Troy's
Really,
name
really
though,
is
Kevin?
Troy.
Give us some context.
He bought an Enema.
Oh, I thought he walked in your house.
No,
Troy-
You're like, oh, Troy! Hey, Troy!
Montana.
That's his bed. That's his Airbnb.
I've been trying to get Troy. Troy was the first one I talked about going on a podcast with because his voice is way better than both of y'all.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
certainly. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video on Friday, Kevin. Right after, it's funny. I watched your video, and you were getting.
And you copied it.
No, I had already recorded it.
Verbatim.
I had already recorded it, but mine also was all about hate comments. So it's kind of funny. We both had like hate comment videos, and Pro Picker Dustin also had a video all about hate comments as well, all on Friday.
I would
It's really
like-
weird.
I did it the week before you guys.
I would like to thank. I don't know.
Yeah, but no one
Dustin.
watched
I've
that.
never watched one of your videos, Dustin. But I would like to thank Pro Picker Dustin because apparently Philly Flipper is now off of me and cloud chasing over there.
Yeah, he is all
Dustin is
on
cool.
the Pro Picker.
Dustin is cool guy.
I'm
bandwagon.
fine. That's good with that.
So
I'm
when I
done.
was in,
It's-
I felt
Paul's heavy to carry. Really
He is.
hairy.
He
He's
is.
like
He
is
just
heavy.
amazingly.
He's
heavy to carry.
6'8", 320.
I gotta tell you, I say this every time. I watch all Alani's camper videos because I am a camping nut.
That'd take up
And-
a month.
No, I
Dude,
watch.
he's doing
They're
like
short.
4 a
They're like
day.
4 minutes a piece. They're not bad. But no,
brilliant.
he
He's
always
getting-
goes in the shower, and he's enormous. So it's just so funny because like, oh yeah, the shower's Wait, am I freezing or is Kevin freezing?
No.
You were
Am I
freezing for half a second.
I was freezing. Okay, I'm back. No, so he always goes in the shower and like every single time, Kevin, the shower head is like at his chest.
Yeah, this was on the last podcast though. I think
The
you said
shower?
this
I don't think we
last
talked about the
podcast.
showers.
No,
I don't think we talked
no.
about we talked about his camper videos, but not the showers.
That's all you watch. Camper.
I only watch
Camper
Lonnie in the
videos.
shower. That's all I watch.
It's good though. It's evergreen content.
It
It's
is good.
some of
He's
the
gonna do
early
well.
ones that he did just weeks ago are already over 1,000, and these.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just gonna roll. It's just
That's
smart
the
stuff.
one thing I noticed. So, guys, I finally did that whatnot video I've been meaning to do forever, and you guys
I
helped
told
me
you.
walk me
and
through
it's
it.
gonna be one of your best videos in about 2 weeks.
You're right. Every single, like on vidIQ, if you guys are into making videos and stuff,
Never heard of it.
it's ranking on every single thing, like number 3, number 4, number 5. All my other videos after 2 days, they're not ranking for anything. So I
Wow.
think that video is going to keep going and going.
Nice.
So I'm kind of excited. And I did a video right before here, and I didn't even ask you guys any questions. I wanted to see if I could do it on my own and see how bad it would fail on my own. So
How's
we're
it
gonna-
doing? What's it ranked at?
It was like at 5 out of 10 before
Alright,
the.
well, yeah.
That's okay.
There you
I'm
go.
okay with that.
I think it's
Yeah.
important to note that I have every intention on the Trash to Cash podcast channel of passing the Kevin guest star episode in
You're
quantity
going
of
to
views. I am.
eventually.
Yeah,
there's no
that was
I'm
doubt.
at
booming.
3,500 views
No
on my
doubt.
whatnot
and
option.
I'm really, really happy of that because I own 1/3 of that video now.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
true.
you do.
It's a huge mistake.
You're welcome.
It's like we've been monetized for what, a week and a half?
Yeah.
1 sec, I'm gonna cough.
Oh, hey, Kevin, he's coughing.
cough.
That's the
But
name
anyway.
of one of the Pokemon, by the way. Coffin.
Ooh, that's good.
Paul Philly
Hey.
Flipper taught me that.
But-
Mm.
And don't lose your. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, like the Trash to Cast podcast is already like halfway to what I make a month already, because I make maybe like 100 a month, and you guys we're already at like 50. So I don't even know what to do with this kind of money. But I'm gonna get like 2 Taco Bell
Well,
boxes. for
Speaking of,
$5.
we probably should mention American Bubble Boy one time.
Yeah,
So if
American
you want
Bubble
us
Boy.
to keep making these videos, if you want me to keep making these videos, you should use that link down below because it's already tough for these guys to get me on.
let
this
me
show.
let me do an impassioned plea on why you guys should use American Bubble Boy. Do you ever have anything that's breakable that you need to ship and you want to buy bubble wrap? Buy it from us, because I don't have anywhere else to go at this point, guys. I am living at my store. I really need this money, guys. Please. That's a lie.
And then go
That's a
down and
lie.
use his buy me a coffee because
I'm
he
just
really
joking.
needs
I don't live at
some
my
money
store.
to come out here. Hey, oh man,
That's what
Remember
happens
the
when
movie
you wing
Little
it.
Giants? Didn't they use bubble wrap to protect
Man, you guys
themselves?
have
They did.
terrible movies. Terrible.
Yeah,
You
did
guys
they? Didn't
are just
they?
way too
What
young.
is wrong with you? Sorry we didn't
what-
watch like Annie in
Bad News
1991 or whatever.
Bears. Bad News Bears.
That
Never
is
heard
a
of
good
it.
one, but that was like 1976, Kevin.
Walter
Kevin.
Matthau.
Listen, the reason people come, I actually heard the only reason people listen to that is this is for 80s and 90s references. So you got
It's true.
to up your 80s and 90s game.
It's true.
The
Well,
best
I-
generation. We're called
Is
the
there-
millennials.
I'll tell you right now, if we did a highlight and we talked about Fievel, it'd go bananas. If we talked
There you
about
go.
Fievel, it
Sure,
would
yeah.
go bananas. Or
Yeah.
Littlefoot, it would go bananas.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
dude.
Hey,
did you-
is there?
Sorry,
go ahead. No, I said, is there a waiting list to be a guest on this show? Because I know people. I actually have listened to podcasts where people are like, I can't wait. Actually, one
There's a
person,
lot of people that wanna come
female
on this
person
show.
said that this is not a real podcast.
Tracy
until we
Parks.
have, yeah. But
heard her
I was
say it.
thinking,
Me too.
who's a great guest too, and just loves doing lives is Kayla, homeschooling
Yeah.
picker. I think
She-
she just
she
loves
does, yeah.
to do, loves
No, I know,
interviews, loves lives.
Over the
loves-
years,
I've got a-
Tim wants to do it.
Tim is funny. Tim is
Kayla would
funny.
do
He-
it. Yeah.
He's better than me. You put him on here, you get some views.
Yeah. And
I
then
got
Tracy
I got
wants
an
to do it.
inquiry not from Dog the Bounty Hunter, but the guy that does Lizard Lick Towing, whatever his
You
name
know,
was.
Lizard Lick is right near me.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that
you-
guy.
That's not
the
far at all.
assistant. The assistant wants to be on, not the Lizard Lick guy, but like the other guy.
I think you might get some OG. You might get Craigslist Hunter on here. He'll probably do it. I mean, he did prime
Why
time.
are you saying
so
it
he
in the
did
third
prime
person? Like,
time.
are you leaving the show?
Yeah,
Is
what's
this you,
wrong,
like,
man?
I
Are
just
you
need
okay?
a break. I need a break.
A
I have
break?
to
You've been on
ship
3 episodes.
Thousands of these things, and I don't know where I'm going to find the time.
Kevin, we know you make your kids do all your shipping.
I know, come on, man. When was it? You haven't listed anything in 3 years, man.
Kevin actually gets carried around his house on like one of those little like Egyptian.
Oh, gosh.
And
You
he's
do
fed
not
grapes.
know my life.
Exactly. We don't want to break the cash cow. Let's be careful with
I
them.
am the slave around here.
Yeah,
I'm a slave to the animals, the children. Why? I'm telling you, it's a tough life.
All right.
Poor guy.
156 views on my video, by the way, in the last 48 hours. That's pretty good.
That sounds like one of
killing
my
it. It's like just
YouTube
destroying
videos,
Harry
lifetime.
Tornado's appearance.
Lifetime. Lifetime. Okay, so let's talk about. Let's see, Kevin. I want you to give me.
Let's talk about the next guest host.
One of the
when I take a
reselling.
week
Well,
off.
okay, hold on. What's one of the resellers you watch that we've never mentioned on the podcast?
Ooh, that I watched that we've never mentioned. That is a great.
Well, that you've at
question.
least watched once.
that I've never.
We've never talked about on the podcast. We talk about a lot of resellers, but you know, I watched, as Kevin thinks, Carrie. He sent me Froggy Flip's old This Week in Reselling videos.
Yes.
Oh, that was
fun.
so good.
That was pretty
Honestly,
fun. Yeah, I was watching that. I liked that.
I was pleasantly surprised on how freaking good that was.
It was really enjoyable.
I'm telling you, it's good.
He
And
interviewed himself.
It's hilarious.
He interviewed himself.
Froggy Flip. It was classic.
Yeah.
It kind of inspired me a little bit with my. I was already kind of doing my own thing with my thrifting videos, but it kind of inspired me to go as meta as possible on my thrifting videos. Just that's my goal.
I did see you shouted out NC Builder and Commonwealth Auctions.
I did. It was a couple little auctions I'm trying to help grow.
Huge
couple little channels, rather.
You thought of one?
I've thought of one. Ginger Marvin. I watch her. I troll Ginger Marvin actually because they say that her reselling space is better than mine. So I troll her all the time. And just like, this is garbage. Just these banker boxes are stupid and whatever.
Oh yeah, I know her.
In reality, she's really kind of cool.
Cool. Yeah, and you know what? She actually follows my Flipper account.
Well, there's a strike against her, but I still like her.
I know.
She does it out of pity. If it makes you feel any better, she doesn't actually watch. She just subscribes and doesn't.
Dave,
watch.
I've watched a Dave video. We've never mentioned him on this podcast before. Yeah,
Dave.
I watch
Super
Craigslist
Dave.
Hunter all the time, y'all.
I do too.
I know that's crazy. It's where I started, and it's where I still watch the stuff. And I got so many messages because he said some nice things about me the other day on Prime Times. I watch tons. I'm just into social media all the time. I watch tons of videos.
I would bet
way
money,
more than I should.
I would bet money that Craigslist Hunter doesn't know who me and Carrie are.
I doubt it. I was mentioned.
He
I
knows.
was mentioned
He
on the
knows.
Primetime show.
Oh, were you?
He did, yeah, he said,
He
the
knows.
king of TikTok, which they always say. Yeah. I'll accept it, I guess.
Okay, I'm the king of TikTok. I'm amazing.
Look at me. Nobody's. But anyway, yeah, and he just
gotta give you
eyes
props,
glazed
man.
over. But it made me feel good because I've been watching Craigslist longer than
I'll
I've been
tell you,
watching Kevin.
A little inside bait, I would hope so. Is out of all the folks that I met, and it was John's. I wish I could have kind of talked to John a little bit more while we were at the Cincinnati Reseller Rally. But Pete was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. And I told him just briefly the first time I saw him, like, my wife thinks you're amazing and whatever. And so he did a beeline to my wife and was taking pictures and hugging. I'm like, what's going on? I didn't think she, So I found his wife and we took some pictures. And it was,
So we swapped wives, and it was a really fun night.
it was, in all seriousness, though.
What happens in Cincinnati stays in Cincinnati.
Absolutely exactly who you see on the videos. And I think that's
cool.
true of almost everybody. Jenna
cool.
Ayers, 4 of them.
Wow.
Gianna, what are you doing with 4? What are you even
Exactly.
doing? Like, what is that, one for each kid you have? I don't even get it.
But they're hoping they sell out and then the prices will go up. It's called
It's an
scalping. It's called
investment.
scalping, and it's what we all do.
I like that.
That's right.
You should let it happen, Kev. You should let people start reselling them for a profit.
They can, but it's I don't.
You
think
cut
they,
off supply, I'm saying.
No,
And
that
then
would
they-
be dumb. Why would I do that? Why would I
Just
do
to
that?
give back, bro. Give back.
Okay. Hey, eventually the green ones are going to run out. They can.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Nobody asked me to sign them anymore. Thank goodness. 'cause,
I am
it takes
excited.
forever.
Yeah, and I always forget to sign them, and then they get mad at me, and it's all very sad.
It's just all a lot of sadness going on.
You know, Kevin, I sent you a Commonwealth Picker hat too, months and months and months ago.
Yeah, that was really
quality
nice
wasn't
of
that
that.
good.
Clout chasing was pretty
A little
good.
bit
Actually,
top.
I mentioned it. You probably got 12 subs from it.
I probably got 12 subs. That actually, I just thought it didn't make sense that you didn't have one since you're a hat guy.
So why are you? Yeah, that's true. You know what I've got is I've got these people that send me these things that have like they're not really glasses. You know, they're it's a hat that looks like it has glasses on top of it.
Oh, really?
Wow,
You know,
man.
and put like this one. You know, just put glasses across it.
Interesting.
Pretty good
Nice.
idea, actually.
That is not a bad idea.
Back to reselling for half a second here because I've got one more topic. Then I'll let y'all ramble on about the nonsense y'all talk about most times. So, Carrie, prices out there at say you talk about there's 2 different thrift stores or 3 that you typically go to.
I typically go to Savers and the Deseret Industries,
Okay,
which
so
is
2 of
DI,
them, right?
Yeah. I go to
So there's
Goodwill
no-
sometimes.
Okay, so what are the prices looking like out there? I mean,
Well-
can you see a noticeable difference in the last year?
Yeah, but this is what I've always said about prices going up and down. It's typically like a new manager comes in, they're trying to assert something, and inflation too is a big issue right now as well. With price of milk going up, everything's going up right now. So I noticed it more at Savers. The DI, which is a Mormon run one, their prices still are fairly reasonable. It's just they're not getting as many donations. The DI used to be open nonstop for donations, and I believe right now it's appointment only. I'm not 100% sure. So Savers is getting all the donations and upping the price on stuff. So it's making a weird little issue here locally for Utah thrifters.
And Dave, I've been to the ones down there around where you're at, and they years ago they were way higher priced than here. Now they had a lot more stuff that was better than here, but it was way high
Kevin,
priced then.
you want a little honey hole? I'm leaving, so I can give this away now.
Okay, well, don't give it away on the show. Send me a text
dude?
message.
No, I'll tell everyone. Dude, you're never down here anyways, and there's
I have
plenty of stuff
family
to do.
down there. I can tell them.
Everyone in this area donates to this one company called Guardian Angel. Have you ever been to Guardian Angel?
Never heard of it.
Okay, there's 2 locations, one in Cary, I think, and one in Fuquay, and that is the town name. The Fuquay one is the main one, and that one always has a ton of stuff, and their prices are really not bad at all. So next time you're
Until now.
no, there's not that
You
many
just
people
ruined
in
it
that
for
area.
everyone.
Okay, fine. Well, guys, go grab all the stuff from Guardian Angel and go to the Portuguese little place right next to there because it's awesome. And they're really
Portuguese
good.
what?
It's a restaurant. It's a restaurant.
You know I'm Portuguese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tudo bem.
Yeah, my
Ben. Are you
my
gonna respond? You don't
great-grandmother
speak
came
Portuguese,
from
okay.
well, I'm not really. Whatever. She came from Cuba over here. She's like 4 foot nothing, which is where I get my height.
It's like
from,
my mom.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
My mom is 4'11". Now I think she's like 4'9". She's like going down. I don't know. It's the shrinking is happening. The shrinking. Which is going to happen to me eventually, and that's just really depressing.
That is, dude.
So my brother is talking about selling his house and buying a Class A motorhome and living out of his motorhome. Did you say, or did someone say that there's a reseller doing that same thing right now on YouTube?
I know
that on
that
a
there are
stream
some
or something?
people who are well, yeah, the Sunflower Bus does that little on Instagram. They have their little VW thing, and they do some reselling. I don't know quite exactly how heavy duty the reselling
Maybe
is.
I heard it on.
I know Tracy Parks was talking about doing
Really?
something like that, and then the Aussie Thrifters, I saw that on their show, or we're going to do that sort of ish. I don't
It's
even
a
know
thing now.
exactly
It's becoming more and more popular. It's really
how
interesting.
you do that. I really don't know how you resell out of a vehicle.
Reselling, yeah, the reselling
That's
part
tough.
sounds hard. I mean, Carrie's Wonder Bus is going to be good.
It is, yeah, it is.
He's gonna do whatnot auctions, dude. When I emptied out my storage unit, what I realized is I have so much good stuff for whatnot, and Carrie and I are gonna do a co-stream. Kevin, we're gonna call it the Trash to Cash whatnot auction.
Can you do that?
Yes,
and do
we
I
can.
get a third of the profit?
Of course, yeah, you get a third
sure.
of everything. Yes, master.
Everything's going for $1. It don't matter. Yeah, take it.
You are getting a third of all our money. I actually
get a
have
third of the
added
losses.
my NC Picker and NC Flipper account are now going to your YouTube AdSense.
Yeah, that was
So-
weird. I was wondering why all my money was going to Commonwealth or whatever. His manager fee is aggressive.
It is an aggressive manager fee. Can we talk about how I'm a sellout for a second, guys?
Yeah,
Because I need to
please.
just come clean
Yes,
to our audience.
I was going to bring
I'm
it
gonna
up,
talk
but
about
I
it.
just
I'm gonna talk
like
about
It is, man.
I'm so
I
embarrassed.
mean, maybe
for
I
you
won't
that
say
can't.
numbers. I won't say numbers, but Mercari is in love with me. Madly
love you.
infatuated. I guess they got a big poster of me on their wall. Ever since I did that, I am quitting eBay for Mercari clickbait. They've just loved me. And they reached out to me and they want to pay me mundos to do a video on my NC Flipper channel and basically sell out completely.
Yep.
and I'm doing it.
It shouldn't hurt you. It hasn't
Nope.
hurt Harry Tornado.
No,
You
and
know?
it's not.
Matter
it's
of
not
fact,
really-
he's just going straight to the moon.
dude,
I
the way
can't,
they're framing
in
it.
good conscience,
But
I
Kevin,
can
hold
sell
on.
Eneman.
The way
but
they're
that's
framing
not
it.
selling out. I'm selling me.
They're asking me to make a tutorial of how to use Mercari or my personal review of Mercari, and I think
Joseph
that's fine.
Willis
Like,
probably knows how to.
well,
use
and so I think
Mercari.
that's fine. I think just going on there and teaching people how to use it is actually it's like Carrie's how to use Whatnot, except he did it for free. But
Yeah.
it's the same exact thing. It's just
Pretty
how to
much.
use Mercari. And I do use Mercari sometimes, so I think it's fine. And it's the benefit is that I'm getting a little money, and hopefully my audience doesn't hate
Let's
me
not
for
be
it.
shy. It's a lot of bit of money.
It's a decent bit of money. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Well, how are we going to get eBay to sponsor the Trash Cash podcast if
That's
you've
the
already
question.
sold your sold to Mercari?
We probably got to start listing on that freaking
No, I'm not
place.
gonna do
You know,
Dude,
I've been listing, so you haven't. I have.
How many things did you list this week, Carrie?
Like 15, 20
A day?
total.
How many did you list this week, Kevin?
This week, how
Yeah.
many did I list?
Yeah.
Oh, probably 40.
Personally, you
Oh.
personally listed 40.
Personally, I listed
Wow.
40. Yeah.
Well, I listed 0.
I list.
It's not
I
even a
list-
reselling podcast anymore.
I wanted to get this in earlier.
Give
but
me
I,
all right, but you're selling. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
I
selling.
wanted to mention something about something I sold because we were talking.
That's
about
what
we
I was
sold.
going to ask about. Yeah.
So, and you might appreciate this because you're a Rams fan. I got I bought a big lot of sports cards, autographs and whatnot, a couple different stacks, but the first stack was $250. So I paid about $1.50 a card, and in that stack I had an Aaron Donald autograph rookie, a Bowman, for $1.50, and I sold it in a week and a half for 70. I think it was 70, $75. I think it was $70, and I took an offer. So there you go, LA Rams.
And
Kevin's
there
a
you go.
big Rams homer.
You got a Cooper Cup rookie? Come talk to me.
Dude, I've
I'll
been
definitely
selling
take
Cooper Cup stuff like crazy on my
MVP,
whatnot
Cooper Cup,
auction.
MVP.
Do you remember
137
the-
catches this year, I think.
If there's
right?
ever a wide receiver, if there's
Oh,
ever
gosh.
a year, this is it. He should win the MVP, and Dave should vote for him.
What did he get,
Do you
like 12
remember-
catches last
Do
game?
you
He's
remember
tearing it
the
up.
reselling part of this podcast, guys?
All right,
Come
Dave.
on.
What since
I'm
you're not
always-
listing but you're selling, give me one thing you sold this week.
Okay.
It's pretty decent.
This isn't something I sold and has nothing to do with reselling, but do you remember Orbits, the drink? Okay, remember the drink Orbits? It had like the little floating balls in it, and they would like.
No.
You should Google it. It's pretty.
Did you
cool.
guys have Sobe? S-O-B-E?
Yes, yeah, we had
I
Sobe,
love
yeah.
Sobe.
We used to always
back
go
when I
down
was
to
in high school.
the Glenwood Market in Clinton, Connecticut, and we'd get the Arizona iced tea, and it was only like $1, and it was huge. It was like 5
How about
sodas.
Jolt? How about
Oh yeah,
Jolt
Jolt
was
was
good.
good. We also had something
Jolt.
called Balls, which was an energy drink, but it was BAWLS. It's not inappropriate or anything, but they might have been trying.
Never had that.
Yeah.
So,
I
anyways, what
remember-
was your reselling question, Kevin?
It was about something that you sold this week.
I told you I sold the PS3 for $80.99.
All right. I'm just looking because I wrote one thing down.
And
there.
I sold
wrote
a
couple
pressure
things
cooker,
down.
an instant. No, is it Instant Pot a pressure cooker? Is it the same thing?
Who
I sold an
knows?
Instant Pot
Yeah,
for $40.
yeah.
knows?
Yeah,
I don't know how
yeah,
to cook.
It is.
Yeah. What'd you
I
sell,
sold it.
Carrie?
Well, he just told us.
No, I
just-
didn't listen.
where
Oh,
have
the
you
card
been?
thing? That's boring. Okay, Kevin, you? Cards are
I
lame.
wrote down a couple things. One thing that might appear on Carrie's don't buy list, which is
Yeah.
the California raisin figures,
Yeah.
but they actually have a little
bought
following. You
this.
put them together. I put
We
4 of
just-
them together and got like $19 for them.
We just
Way
got
more
some
than I thought.
California raisin glasses. They'll probably be in our auction tomorrow,
Yeah.
which will
I've
be
sold some
yesterday.
posters. There's
Which
a
I'm gonna
couple
be
of
on.
Volo California raisins, by the way, but I don't remember what they are. I sold a chart. You know, like those old. Well, you guys
Yeah.
probably don't remember. You're
I've
not
seen them
that
on your
old.
videos. No, but I've seen them on your
The
videos.
pulled on charts.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Those old
remember
ones.
those.
I
Yeah,
sold a
they're for-
cat one, and it was a
Ooh.
dissected cat,
Oh.
like biology. But I'm like, this is like got Halloween all over it, right? Some
Yeah.
biology thing in some haunted house. And so I jacked that price. I'm the only one who's selling these things on there, so I'm just putting huge numbers on. $190 for basically a pull down poster of a halfway
Wow.
dissected cat, and it went quick.
That's
No,
kind
I
of
sold it.
wrong. That's kind of messed up.
I
Yeah.
I
sold
just
it-
got an eBay message. Can I read you this eBay message?
Let's do
Hi,
it.
I live in Franklin, Kentucky, and I used to collect Skylander figures, but I'm looking to get rid of my collection. I have over 200 figures, but don't know how to sell them. Is there any way I can send you all the figures and then we share the profits when you sell them?
Ooh,
No,
No,
I don't want to do that at all.
No. Nope. See, that's what I need to do with Harry Tornado. I'll be like, can I send you all my crap and have you sell it on Whatnot, and you can give me half of the inflated price.
Now let's
That
tell
would be
people why this
awesome.
is kind of a bad idea, Kevin, because I think some people might be tempted to do it. So I'm going to give you one example of why it's a bad idea. A coworker
What's a bad idea?
taking someone's stuff and selling it for them and then
I've
sharing
done
the
that
profits.
before.
Me
But
too.
it's
Many
not
times.
the best
It's not a
idea,
good
especially
idea.
in high
Bad
quality.
idea.
Maybe
Totally-
one
totally
item.
agree.
Maybe one item, but like if they want you to sell, so okay, let me give you an example.
I already know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Am I freezing? Is Kevin frozen?
No.
Are we all frozen? Okay. A coworker wanted me to sell his record collection. I didn't want to do it, but I was like, fine, because he kept pestering me. Hey, please sell my records. Please sell my records. And I go pick them up from the wife, and she's like, yeah, I looked some of these up. This one's like $40 on eBay, and she's saying all these crazy numbers. I get back to my house, I look up the one she's talking about. It's $40 listed, but it's only selling for like $4.99, right? And so now they've got
That's a
this
rookie mistake,
incorrect.
Dave.
Well, I was in a rush and I just grabbed them and left. And so I've had them sitting in my garage for a while now in this long box, right? And my cat is often out here with me. And without me realizing it, she had been sitting on this long box of records and using them as a scratching post, destroying their records that I never even listed.
Now you owe $40 for that record. by the way.
Well, right.
You know you
So
do,
now
right?
I have destroyed the records that they have an incorrect idea of the value of. What am I supposed to do in this scenario? Do I just never tell them what happened and see if they forget I have them?
You're leaving the state. Yeah, you just don't even you assume another name and you just leave.
I sent them a text, and this is where it gets really bad. I sent them a text message, and I said, hey, I just want to let you know my cat messed up your records. I sent them pictures. I'm really sorry. What am I supposed to do? I just had to be honest. As I'm really sorry this happened. I honestly think the most I'd ever get out of these was around $200. I'm happy to just give you $200 and be done with it. And they're like, no, I think they'll still sell for a lot more. And so they don't want my money. They want me to still sell them now that they're damaged.
Just go take them back to their house and drop them off.
Yep.
You think
Just
so?
drop them off.
And to give them the fair market value for all
You're
the
gonna have
stuff
to.
your cat
You're gonna have to
destroyed.
end the friendship. You're gonna have to
And
end
then
that relationship as
and
well.
give them
Sucks.
the extra enema, and then you can give them an extra one.
I mean, so how did
Make
it go
up
for
for it.
you guys when you sold people stuff for them?
Oh
It's
wow,
terrible.
it is. There's a couple things. Not only that they have incorrect values, but this is a big problem. You work for them at that moment. They're going to keep calling you. Hey, have you sold anything? What's going on? I don't want to work for people. There's a reason why I'm a picker. I don't do well at a place like In-N-Out. They tend to like to fire people like me because I don't like to do that job. So, no, I'm just
It's
kidding.
time,
I'm
y'all.
exaggerating.
It's time.
But
The
yeah.
biggest problem with it is the time frame. So when I've done it lately, because I'll do it from time to time if the price is right, I'll be like, all right, everything I'm going to put out there for fair market, whatever. We're going to sell it off for 2 months. Whatever is not sold after 2 months, I'll either let you buy it back from me, or I'm going to give you 10% of what I'm listing it for, and I'll just keep it listed. Because I'm not doing this for 3 months, 8 months, 12 months, because you don't know how long it takes for stuff to sell.
Yeah.
So 2 month time frame, I'll calculate it all out. I'll figure out exactly what the profit is, 50-50 split, which is nowhere near enough, but it depends on what the item is, right? I did do this one time really successfully with some Fontanini stuff. You know Fontanini? They're like figures for nativity scenes and stuff. They really high value stuff, some of it. And they had just a car full of it. And I'm like, man, I'm going to make thousands on this deal. And it was in like October. And I'm like, I can sell all this stuff. I'm like, whatever's not sold by Christmas, I'm doing 10% and I keep it listed, or you can have it back. And I did. I made thousands of dollars in just
And that's
a couple of
Font
months.
Panini?
Fontanini.
Have you ever had a Font
Fan-
Panini?
Fontanini, something like that.
Fan
Fantini.
tortellini.
Dude, I had tortellini for dinner. I went to the garden where they grow the olives. I got the breadsticks and the soup
Is there
and the
is
salad.
there an
It was
option for
delicious.
me to mute you, or is it just you that has?
I can
that
mute
power?
me. Watch.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. That's awesome.
It's like when he starts going on what he had for dinner. It's like, yeah, dude, we get it. You're a big deal. How you doing, Kevin? It's nice to actually talk to you, man. I've just been listening to Dave talk for about an hour and a half so far.
any big TikTok news, YouTube, podcast, anything happening?
Nothing. I just keep doing TikToks, and most of them don't do well.
Speaking of
They actually
selling
do
out,
really well.
did
They
you
do
make
well.
your TikTok from Mercari?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like in review. I haven't heard back. So that was like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Review? I thought you told me there was going to be no review. It's like I'm not doing a
On
review.
mine, they didn't do a
There's
review.
no
they just
review. They're
posted it.
probably going to want a review on mine, I'm sure.
So just for the record,
tried.
for everybody out there listening, I was offered the same deal and I turned it down just because I can't.
Because he has too much money.
I'm not a shill like these.
He has
guys.
too much money already.
Well, I am a shill.
He's not a shill guy.
Me and Carrie still need to pay our bills with
I'm
this
just
money.
not as cheap as these two shills. You
Not a
really
shill,
got to
guys.
pay to get me to shill.
Listen,
like
$50, bro. I got $50 for that TikTok.
$50.
Seriously. $50, but it's paid over a couple of years. It's
5
like
years.
a couple
5
yearly-
years, $10 a year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't sleep on a bed of bubble wrap or whatever you do, Kevin.
American Bubble Boy bubble wrap.
Yeah, we have to. I have 5 cats that are indoor cats, and there's a couple other random
And they're
ones
not
that
potty
float
trained.
around. None of them. And then I have one dog, and I have no children, but I'm assuming that's not like much of an extra cost. So
Yeah.
I'm probably about the same as you guys.
Yeah. Kids cost nothing. See, Kevin like grows all his food on his farm. I have to actually go buy my food.
I can't wait.
Kevin like slaughters a pig a night to feed his family.
Can't wait.
He uses one of Lonnie's knives to slaughter.
Yeah.
He perforates the pig's throat first, and then. Okay, I'm done.
That was aggressive.
I hope so. All right, before we wrap this thing up, we haven't ripped on any podcasts out there. We haven't ripped on any YouTubers today, except for Troy. Sorry, Troy. And that's kind of a staple of the show. So
It is true.
Yeah, we were nice to some today. Actually,
I think that Commonwealth Flipper guy sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Commonwealth
Yeah.
Auctions is getting a little bit big in his britches. Seriously, I'm like, I just want to see uninformative shorts that last 15 seconds. Now he's doing long, boring videos.
Hey,
Can we think of someone who wouldn't have missed the dunks that I missed that were worth $300? Who would you say would not have?
I don't
missed
even
them?
do shoes, and I wouldn't have missed them. And
Really?
I've missed shoes before, but I wouldn't have missed those.
Well, I meant someone else. I was giving you an opportunity to
Listen,
say someone else. I was thinking about Drew
I'll call Jake
from
Paul
Profit
out
Monsters.
because if he mentions us, we're good. So Jake Paul, whatever you're
That's a
doing,
good call.
I don't like what you're doing, man.
Yeah, and Logan Paul smells like cheese.
Yeah, and Chris Paul, you're not good at basketball,
Is Chris
man.
Paul a guy?
Chris Paul, basketball.
Hey, that all
Hey,
rhymes.
Rally Roots is going on Pat D's show. Do you know Pat D's?
The traveling
Pat
picker?
D's,
Yeah.
Pat D's, the
Oh,
traveling picker.
Dave, you know Pat D's, but you didn't know Rally Roots?
Who's Rally Roots?
Rally Roots.
I know Pat
I
D's,
saw
though.
that.
He's the bomb.
That was like, that was interesting.
They're going to be
Yeah,
your
that's
competition in Florida. That's who Rally Roots is.
No,
They're
I'm going to go pick with them in Tampa.
There you go, man. 'Cause
I don't
they
know
get-
them yet, but hey, Rally Roots, if you're listening, invite me to come picking with you.
They're not.
They're not.
No.
Definitely not.
And they're definitely not.
Go
inviting
ahead,
you.
guys. Comment on their latest video and let them know we were talking about them so they know we exist.
That's our whole goal.
Kevin
Let people
even
know
held
we
up
exist.
their swag last week, so Kevin's
Yeah.
like a super fan.
Well, yeah.
He's got a tattoo,
They were
Rally Roots, right here.
I watched, yeah.
The A is on one side, and then the... Anyways.
Yeah, thank you. That's a visual that.
Do any of us have tattoos?
No,
That's a good. Carrie,
I
you don't
don't
have a
have a
tattoo?
No, I don't. Not one.
Really?
I don't either.
You thought I had a tattoo?
Hey,
That's
speaking of
very
tattoos,
nice.
there
Actually,
was right before I got on here. I was listening to, although I shouldn't mention this one because they're, there's part of that little scandal that was going on a few weeks
Yep.
ago, with
Yep.
Harry Tornado, whatever.
Scandal.
But flip the
Scandal.
world, Texas, and Jiggly Thrift. They have a podcast that's competing. We have to.
yeah,
stamp
it was
out.
on tonight. It was on
Yeah,
tonight.
it was.
Live.
I don't know what's it called. What's it called? Hey, I
Thrift
have
Level
another
Midnight.
YouTube. What? No, that's not right.
What?
That's
it is.
not
Someone
right.
bought 1,000?
It's called Reselling Live Unwind on something. I can't
I
read
don't
my
know
own
what's
writing.
happening right now.
You don't
Thrift
pay attention
Level
to this.
Midnight. It's
It's
Thrift Level
Thrift Level
Midnight. I'm
Midnight. I
looking
told
at
you.
it.
Hey, I've
Sunday,
got one
9
for
p.m.
you. Rewilded Reselling. That's my bookkeeper whose husband has a YouTube channel. And so I'm shouting it out here so I can get a
I'll shout one
slightly less hourly rate for my bookkeeping. Listening out there, Jenna, cut that rate down by, 10% or so because I'm shouting out Rewilded Reselling.
Let's see if you guys know this. Let's see if you guys know this deep cut. If you listen to Primetime, you might know it. But $1 Million Peddlers, I listen to them all the time.
No, I don't know
They-
that one.
$1 Million Peddlers, guys, go check them out. They know a lot about a lot of stuff. It's interesting to me.
A lot about a lot of stuff.
Carrie, you hit 8,000 subscribers on
I
YouTube.
did. I'm almost at 8,100 already.
And Carrie, who sent you a congratulations?
You did.
I congratulated you first.
Dave, you've been AWOL for weeks. You're busy,
in a sarcastic way, I commented and I said it was in a chat in Pittsburgh Pickers chat.
You did, yeah. You actually did.
I said it first.
Hey, Pittsburgh Pickers, January House is no more in Pittsburgh Pickers live show. There you go.
Wait,
Did
what?
you know that?
I don't even know what you just
January
said. Am I having
House.
a stroke?
What is that?
Pittsburgh Picker has a live show.
Yeah.
No.
What's
yeah.
January House?
I got them all right.
No, you're thinking of Philly. You're thinking of Philly.
Philly
You're
Picker.
thinking of
Pittsburgh
Philly.
Pickers, the car. Yeah, that's right.
The Pittsburgh Picker is the one who says you said has a sexy voice.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Pickers.
Yes,
awesome.
I've got it all messed up.
And his soon-to-be wife,
Adam.
Sarah. Shout out Sarah. She's a cool.
And I like that
person.
they're gonna listen right now and hear, and Adam's gonna be excited.
Nobody's
that we all
listening
agree.
now. We're an hour and 25 minutes in.
Actually,
They've
this
given
is
up
when
a
they.
long
Yeah,
time
we
ago.
were about
Adam,
30% retention.
Adam,
Only
if you're
30%
listening,
people.
whenever you're listening to this, just DM me on Instagram the word moose.
That was like I'm gonna have to like cut out those
That's
dead
what we
air
should do.
moments that he just created.
Give away an item at the.
I couldn't think of anything.
Oh, can I ask a huge favor? Can you guys review us on iTunes? Because
Please.
I looked it up, and there's several podcasts in the same space that are beating us on the charts.
Who's beating us? Don't mention.
How do we even know
names.
what we
Yeah, I'm
are
not
in
even
the
gonna say them
charts?
because then people are gonna go look
That's
them
right.
up.
Go
I'm not even
review
gonna say
us.
'em.
Go
You need to
and
review us so
Dave
we
will
rank
give
higher.
you his enema that I gave.
Every single
enema man.
NPR.
I will send you
podcast
some
is ahead
form of
us.
enema. Well, yes, that is true. Okay, let's see. But we did get a new one. Did you read it, Carrie? It was mostly
I read
about
a
you.
couple weeks ago, I think. So what is it?
It's I like the show except for Carrie. Carrie
Fair.
looks like he smells like cheese. There's a lot of cheese talk in this.
Yeah,
episode.
I mean, but that's fair. I mean, that I've seen myself on camera. I get it.
No. But for real, we got a really negative comment. So let's read it.
Did we really?
Yeah, absolutely. Betty Wilson toast. Too much silly talk and laughter. Not enough substance. Feel
Not
like
enough
I'm wasting
Commonwealth
my
picker.
time listening. They just can't stay on topic or any topic for that matter. 2 stars out of 5. Listen, Betty Wilson toast. Screw you.
I'd like to cordially invite Betty Wilson Toast to stop listening to our podcast. Immediately turn it off. Turn it off.
Terrible.
Is it still on? Betty, turn it
Betty,
off.
turn it off. Betty, you're
Betty,
not allowed to
turn
listen
it off.
anymore.
If Betty is listening to
turn
this
it off.
podcast at 1 hour and 26 minutes in,
And we've basically had no substance this whole time, so I'm pretty
That's
sure
true.
she tuned out.
Silly talk, really silly talk.
If Betty's under
that's-
80 years old, I will
that's
give you my
aggressive.
left eyebrow.
First off, listen, in Utah, when people say something silly talk, we're not going to knock on your door and offer you free cookies on a Sunday. So you need to calm down, or else you're not getting the free Sunday cookies.
Okay. And I think, so if everyone could just go give a
lame. I don't
review
care.
and make sure in your review that you mention how much Kevin has improved the podcast, and Kevin is going to pick one of you and send you a free brand new CWP Enemin. Okay? So we're going to
a trucker hat.
Or a trucker hat.
Or a trucker
Which
hat.
we
You get to
haven't
choose.
mentioned. Or some
Random
American
piece
Bubble
of
Boy
clothing he no
bubble
longer
wrap.
needs. We don't know.
We'll read them next week. You have to say in there that Kevin is the only reason it's good. Okay? That's the key. And
So we
please
can
make
be
fun of
number
Carrie and I.
130 in Canada.
Yes, exactly. No, dude, we were 206 in America. We're almost in the
Oh.
100s.
Wow.
Yeah.
On entrepreneurship? Like,
On
we're not even entrepreneurship, though.
Dude, that's pretty crazy. The amount of podcasts that exist to even be in the top 300 in a category, I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I want a shirt that says that.
I
Yeah.
do too. Yeah,
I'll
top
make
300.
one. Poseidon
Top
Press.
300.
We'll get one made.
Okay, let's end the show. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure
See y'all.
you follow our
See you guys.
podcast on
Bye.
YouTube.